In this video, I'm going to talk about a phenomenon in pool that's called the transfer of English. It's very important for you to understand the dynamics behind the transfer of English when you're calculating and executing a bank shot. To better demonstrate the spin that I'm going to be talking about on the cue ball or the object ball, I'm going to use the striped ball as my cue ball. And I'm going to also use another striped ball as my object ball in the following demonstrations. The first thing that I feel like I need to point out is that when a cue ball or an object ball is coming on a perpendicular path to the rail, a perfectly straight path with no spin, the cue ball or the object ball will contact the rail will compress, and then the object ball or the cue ball will rebound along the same line that it came in on. Perfectly perpendicular, except it'll be going in the opposite direction. The same holds true when you hit the cue ball and you contact the object ball, causing the object ball to move perpendicular to the rail with no spin. There's no use of English. There will be no spin or English on the object ball. It will hit the rail, compress the rail, and then come back perfectly perpendicular and will strike the cue ball. Now, when the cue ball is spinning along this same path, this straight path, the cue ball will impact the rail will compress, and the spin will cause the cue ball to rebound in a different pathway. Same shot, same idea, except the cue ball is spinning like this. The ball will impact the rail will compress, there's an interaction, and the rebound angle is quite different. What's important for you to understand is that when the cue ball comes along along the same path that we've just got through talking about, when the cue ball comes down this path and it has spin, when the cue ball makes contact with the object ball, there's friction. It could be said that the two balls kind of join. And the best analogy that I can use is that at the moment of contact, a gearing action exists between the object ball and the cue ball, like this. So in essence, the opposite type of spin that the cue ball came in on will be imparted or induced on the object ball. The object ball will come down the same line, but when it hits the rail will compress, the ball and the rail will interact, and the rebound angle will be different from the angle that it came in on. Now, if the English is different on the cue ball, if it's coming in like this, two balls collide, the gearing action is set up, the object ball comes in, hits the rail, and will depart along this line. In the following series of shots, I'm going to demonstrate the dynamics behind the transfer of English. In this first shot, I'm going to be hitting the cue ball on a perpendicular path to the rail with no spin, no English, just center cue ball. And notice the path of rebound of the cue ball. Came right back to my cue tip. The second shot, I'm going to use right English, perpendicular path, but notice the rebound angle of the cue ball. Same shot, same path, except in this instance, I'm going to use left English. For this next series of shots, I'm going to introduce an object ball. For this first shot, the path of the cue ball will be perpendicular to the rail. It will strike the object ball. The object ball will also travel a perfectly perpendicular path to the rail. And I'm going to have no English on the cue ball. And notice the rebound angle of the object ball. Came right back to the cue ball. In this second shot, the object ball is in the same place, the cue ball is in the same place. The path of the cue ball and the object ball to the rail will be the same, except in this shot, I will be using right English. When the cue ball makes contact with the object ball, there will be a gearing action, and the rebound angle of the object ball will be drastically different from our first shot. In our third shot here, object ball same place, cue ball same place, same line of aim, same contact point on the rail, except this time I'm using left English. So hopefully, through watching this demonstration, what you'll realize is that from the same shot, where you have the same line of aim, the same contact point with the rail, depending on the type of English that you're using, drastically influences the outcome or the rebound angle of the object ball. This is a very important effect to be aware of when you're aiming and executing a bank shot. Depending on what type of English that you use, it can make the difference between making and missing the shot, even if you are very adept at the aiming system that you've learned for bank shots. You can be very good about calculating it. You can be a very accurate shooter at making that object ball contact the point on the rail that you want, and that could be the accurate point. But if you have a varying degree or different type of English on the cue ball, there's going to be a transfer of English, and it can cause your shot to be errant. In an upcoming video, I'm going to discuss how you can use English on the cue ball to either enhance or to compensate for throw-induced English, which I've spoken about in a previous video. I encourage you to take this to the table, to play with it, to practice it. Really the only way that you're going to see this or understand this is to put it in practice on the table and observe it yourself.